Wakefield forcing the pressure. Armistead again to Briley, then on to Cut, who's tackled there for the third. That's Gilmore, drops it back inside, and it looks like it's going to be a try here. Oh, it's well held up. Amy Brinkley looks for all money to have scored there for me. As they go again, and Gilmore comes over the top. It's well reclaimed by Beavers, who's going to get the 20-metre tackle. It's going to bounce just for Danny Rose. Just reclaims, runs it straight back into Courtney Hill. So we've got a deer just to our right-hand side going straight across the park. How very fortunate for this afternoon's game.
Like this, where you're up against, you know, such formidable opponents, to play it safe, and you know, it's really nice to see Wakefield aren't doing that.
As Charlotte Booth goes around the tackle of one and he's running down the touchline here, and Brinkley tries to put the challenge in. It's going to be the first try of the game here for Charlotte Booth, who touches down in the try area, and as all that pressure from Wakefield from the scrum just goes to that bit of waste, and it's unfortunate that Booth can get in there because they had it covered.
Test every ball, you know, she's such a strong addition to this Wakefield team, and at 16, you know, what a future she's got.
She has, as the ball's just given away there cheaply from Wakefield, and Leeds will look to go forward here. Anderson with a quick play of the ball out to Hannah Butcher, and she'll go herself, and the referee's going to give this one to the Leeds.
Sophie Robertson, and again another young player, but she really attracts and engages the opposition defenders, and she's so clever at that, because you've got to be careful. She does that, she draws you in, and then she gets that little offload away, and I think that Wakefield have done the homework and are well aware of that.
Oh, as Forsell's going to just grubbers it over the top, and Brinkley doesn't reclaim early enough, and Forsell chase her own kick and touchdown. Looking to get in the face of the Leeds substitute, as Danielle Anderson said, makes a clean break as well, but she does plenty of metres and plenty of minutes. Does Anderson, doesn't really hold up for any second, as then it comes out from Frankie Townend, gives it on to Hannah Butcher. Quick break here, and Sophie Robinson is in the clear. There's no one in front of her, and she's just going to get around the outside of Saskia Lewis and will touch down under the sticks. And as we said, things are just going from bad to worse here for Wakefield. All again. Gives it off to Gilmore, and it's
good hands there.
Gives really good hands as Beavers is straight under the ball and running that ball back with intent and pressure. And she's going to make a clean break as well. It's Caitlin Beavers. She's going to go all the way. There's no one back here from the Wildcats. No one's at home. As Caitlin Beavers scores the fourth try here for the Rhinos, straight under the sticks, and it all looks to have gone to pot maybe for Wakefield.
And his sets.
As here come the Rhinos now. It's Courtney Hill going out wide to Charlotte Booth, then on to Susie Hill. She gets caught on the wing and comes back in field. It's put down 10 metres from the try line here. And coming out dummy half, Charlotte Booth pushing away forward, trying to get through 1 and 2.
She's such a dynamic player.
She is, isn't she?
She's like dynamite, you know. She's another player that's, you know, in the Women's Super League has massively impressed me.
As Beth Lockwood just going short of the line there. So we play the ball to Danielle Anderson. Plays the ball then on to Hannah Butcher. Looking to play it out to Larissa Deves. It's going to be back to one as a Wakefield touch in there. So they're going to build the pressure here of the Rhinos. It's Frankie Townend out of dummy half. Runs straight at the defence.
This is difficult now for Wakefield to have to repeatedly defend another set. It's going to cause fatigue. And
there we see it as Rhiannon Marshall dots the ball down under the sticks. A big mismatch in terms of size there. She goes straight over the Wakefield defence.
Really, really hard, and you know, you can tell there's a few tired legs out there now. But you know, you've got to really admire and respect the resilience. And
well, as it's going to be Beth Lockwood that races away. Sort of cut you short there, Joe.
Yeah, we're displaying a lot of character, but again, you know, Leeds are just looking sharper, more clinical. And
Leeds have just got over in the corner. I think it's Susie Hill over on the far side. I think it is. As Rhiannon Marshall makes big meters there. The short kick-off, maybe not the best of ideas from Wakefield. Charlotte Booth goes on a quick break here. She's going to get around the outside of Brinkley, but she gets a good challenge in, and she drops the ball. So that's a brilliant tackle from the youngster.
Yeah. Good set so far by Wakefield here.
Armistead to cut. Takes a knock from Brinkley, and it's intercepted here from Susie Hill. just when Wakefield were looking to build something. A mismatched pass, just intercepted by Hill, who's run for 50 metres to score that try.
They've done that, and Wakefield not so much. But again, it's been a learning process, and I think that we've got to look at this as a lesson to learn from. As
the grubber kick there is put through, we were talking about the big in goals that are here at Wheatwood, and that is number 7, so that's Courtney Hill, who uses advantage of the wide in goal to touchdown from such a successful team. But as I say, we're not going to take anything away from Wakefield at the moment, because the way they have played, despite the scoreline, has been really commendable.
It's been outstanding, you know, and they should be very proud. Every player should leave this pitch, you know, with their head held high. I'm very, very proud of the performance that they've put in.
As it looks to be a bit of a consolation try here for Shannon Lacey, getting herself on the score sheet for the Rhinos. It's going to take us up to 56-0. Not really going the way that really just adds to the woes of Wakefield at the moment. Everything that Joe said as well. Please do come down and support your local women at Bellevue next week. It's gonna be a real competition, even though today might not have been. That's a really solid hit there.
Brilliant.
From
Cody
Tissiman on Rhiannon Marshall.
That we've made today again, it really hurt us, but you know, it's all a learning process for these women, and again, I'm sure they'll take an awful lot, and I'm sure their coach Wayne Hurst will take an awful lot from today's performance.
He will do, as the final whistle is blown by Neil Pascal. It's been a thorough performance from the Leeds Rhinos. A 58-0 win here at Wheatwood Park. Wakefield started the game looking really well, but just fell, as we've just said, just fell victim to the way that the Rhinos play and how well that they've played.